A remaster of Portable was bestowed upon us last week. Sadly, it seems that many people are putting the remake down for one reason or another, with rumors of a full-blown
The remake? I mean, the remake, I feel like, in a sense, is still good to play. Not the remake, but the re-release. The re-release is good to play. And then, so you could appreciate the remaster when it comes out, or the remake when it comes out, you know?
Remake popping up again, claiming that it's for real this time. I'd like to voice some concerns I have for this potential remake. Persona 3 is a game very near and dear to my heart, due to it being my first main Persona game, as well as it having a unique experience that no other game in the series possesses. I fear this experience may be in danger due to Atlus's need to appeal to a broader audience. Atlus already started tampering with it when Persona 3 Portable was released, and further tampering may turn Persona 3 into something that I can't even recognize anymore. Anyways, enough fear-mongering, let's get to business. My first concern with this game would be the game's introduction. As much as I love Fez, I can't look past how uninteresting the beginning of the game is. I wasn't really invested in my first playthrough until 4 hours in.
I agree. Remember, that was the same situation with me when it came to Persona 3, and it got to a point where, like, I legit dropped the fucking game. I backlogged the game for a long time, and then I remember everybody, when I was like streaming back on YouTube, was on my ass. Like, bro, play this shit.
Witness the dark hour as you head to the dorm, you're introduced to your colleagues, then you go to school, then you get to fight an enemy, then after some more lengthy discussion, you can finally go to Tartarus, which is also not interesting. This is probably the primary reason people have been dropping the game. The game lacks the hook that the other games have, so I believe that the beginning needs to be drastically changed. How?
100, yeah. The beginning needs to be changed so it could be a bit more interesting, because when I first played Persona 3, the beginning was such a fucking chore. 2, the beginning then also introduced sicknesses where, like, people were getting sick. I wanted to go into Tartarus and grind. I couldn't grind because Junpei was sick. 3, the XP in the beginning of the game was ass. Like, I was fighting a shit ton of enemies and they would drop like 6 experience. And I'm like, bro, these fuckers are damn near one-shotting me and they're only dropping like crumbs of experience. It was terrible. Hopefully they do fix that.
Oh, I don't know. Y'all probably have a better idea than me. Please share your ideas in the comments. I'd love to hear them. This next one may be one of the most controversial topics to discuss regarding this game, the tiredness mechanic. I know many people dislike this.
That's what I'm talking about. It's the tiredness / illness mechanic. Fuck that shit.
Mechanic very much, but this mechanic is one of the things that made Persona 3 an unforgettable experience for me. I get that it can be annoying, but
I hate this motherfucker because he's right. It sucks, but you see, he's right with that statement though, because that's what it is, an unforgettable experience, because I will never forget Junpei being sick for a week. Every day I was like, yo, Junpei, we're about to go to Tartarus. I'm not feeling good. You fucker. I'm like, yo, if you don't take this damn, I want to put like 3 Tylenol down his throat, like, you bitch.
Too long fighting. In Portable, tiredness was super easy to get rid of anyway due to the addition of new items, but I fear that if this game were remade, they would remove the tiredness mechanic entirely, leaving no consequence for excessive battling. I'd prefer if we had an option to turn the mechanic on or off, since its removal seems inevitable if this game were to get remade anyway. Social links have been another big concern of mine since thoughts of a remake came up. I'm not too worried about the difficulty of completing them all.
Social links, I hope they keep you fucking up, you know? Like the card flipping, reversing. I hope they keep it
all in one playthrough, as that endeavor is truly unforgiving. You may be aware that in Persona 3 there is a punishment if you say the wrong thing to someone, cancel plans you made with someone to hang out with someone else, or neglect someone for too long. This is called a social link reversal. When this occurs, your progress in the social link is reversed over time until you speak to the affected person and repair it. If you fail to do so in time, or say or do the wrong thing when attempting to reconcile, the social link will be broken and it will be much harder to repair it. Under normal circumstances, you kind of had to go out of your way for reversal.
I didn't even know that you could double it. You could reverse it and then just straight up destroy it? What?
To happen. But there is one other critical issue with this game that leads to reversals being a massive headache for players. Romance. One of the things that makes maxing out every social link in one playthrough a very infuriating experience. In Persona 3, you're forced into a romance route with every female. Once you get around the rank,
what she said, hold on. Really,
Persona
okay.
3, you're
I mean, I'm glad you're willing to,
forced into a romance route with every.
What are you trying to say? Change your mind. Just relax. Look, Chihiro was doing all types of this fucking bullshit in the game, bro, and I accidentally reversed her shit.
Female. Once you get around the ranks 5 or 6,
Right here, this is the one!
things start to get serious with these girls. What does that mean? That means that you'll be penalized every time you hang out with any other girl. How? Well, for social links in this game, there's only so long you can neglect someone before the social link reverses. For males, it's 90 days. For females, it's 60. That doesn't sound too bad, right? But that's where the penalty comes in. Every time you hang out with another girl after things get serious with one, the amount of time you can neglect them before the social link reverses is reduced by 15 days. Meaning if you hang out with a different girl 4 times before hanging out with her, the social link gets reversed. And if you're in the serious stage with multiple girls, I pray for you, my friend. I don't know what Atlus was thinking forcing romance. The worst part is that they didn't even learn their lesson in Portable. By the way, for anyone curious, none of this applies to Aegis. No toaster for you. The simple solution would be to just add platonic options for the game, but I'm afraid that Atlus will go gung-ho and remove social link reversals entirely from the game, leaving no consequences if you decide to cheat on your partners and letting you be disrespectful to
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know about that mechanic, that if you got into a relationship and then you decided to hang out with somebody else. Bro, I think that happened in my playthrough. Didn't I get with Fuka? I got with someone in my playthrough and I think I like engaged, or was I faithful to Mitsuru? I'm trying to remember, bro. They got jealous? I think so.
your peers with reckless abandon. This combined with potentially removed tiredness would take away the thing that separates Persona 3 from the rest of the pack. I love realistic mechanics like these. It gives my actions huge weight and makes me feel like I'm actually in the game. While
I agree.
I can't admit that Persona 5 is easily the best game in the series, the realism that Persona 3 has is why it will always be my
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's why I have a soft spot for 3, because 3 is way more realistic. But 5, I'm not gonna say they simplified everything, but they made everything, I guess, just less strict. But in part 3, everything was just super strict. Like if you fucked up on something, the game really punished you for it. And that's why I'm not gonna lie, when you play this game, save often and have multiple save states. Before you start a like social link, save, make another save under the save, then go and engage and see what the fuck happens. Any bad decisions you make, reload the save.
my favorite. Fez to be exact. Speaking of Fez, will the remake keep the answer? And more importantly, will they fix it? The story aspect of the answer is very interesting. Unfortunately, playing it can be quite the chore. You can't use the compendium, and enemies have a higher chance of avoiding magic that they're weak against. You're also locked in a normal mode, which isn't too big of a deal for me personally, but some people just want to enjoy the story. Nothing wrong with that. My last major concern regarding a remake of this game is the story. Why would I be worried about the story, you ask? The same exact reason I fear the story in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but it is possible that Atlus may scrap Persona 3's original ending entirely.
That's what I was saying. I was joking about that. I'm like, in before they changed the whole ending and they just fucking like switch how everything concludes. I would not be surprised if they did that, but if they did do that, what could they potentially do? I hope they don't do that, because then that'd be weird. Yeah, it would be weird, because if they kept everything else in, why would they change the ending, you know? If anything, I feel like they're gonna make the ending more impactful. Like I might actually cry again. Type
some
shit.
bonus story content that undoes the events. I personally would not be a fan of that at all. It gets the game's message across perfectly, but most gamers nowadays aren't fans of realistic mechanics or even realistic events happening in stories. If you don't believe me, play The Last of Us 2. Everything just has to be super kawaii-desque, which is fine if that's your cup of tea, but it's not mine. And I fear that this remake may just take away everything that made me fall in love with this game in the first place. My decision making actually being important, consequences for my actions, emotional story events, all gone. Turning the game I love so much into something completely unrecognizable. Hold on, wait a minute. I forgot the most important thing. I'm gonna be the stinger.
Are you stupid or something?
Costumes.
Oh
Atlus
my god, that shit is loud as fuck. Oh, you talking about the skimpy costumes. I never put them shits on, I think, in my playthrough. I think I put it on once and I was like, I gotta take this shit off. And I put on like a different outfit that I really like.
thought they were slick when Persona 5 came out. No one made
Yo, true. The royal version of this shit? Oh my god, they scammed me. I told y'all they scammed me.
a peep when Atlus decided to charge us for costumes in the game. It was something that I noticed right away, and I knew that Atlus was starting to become greedy. Sure, some people would say milking Persona 4 should have been the sign, but who isn't gonna milk a
Yo,
profitable
remember Afro Cat? That was like a meme for like a good year and some change.
I heard that Persona 5 sold quite well. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. I'm just going to take a break and do some R&R.
Oh, Atlus, Atlus ain't done with your ass.
What?
They're going to remake Persona 5. They're going to force you to do an anime or movie. And they're going to shove you in so many spin-offs that the announcer is going to say, "Here's another one."
If it gets that bad, I'll just quit.
Here's another
I
one.
wouldn't do that. My predecessor did that, and
The Lotus
turned
Juice.
into a door.
All I know is Atlus better not try to make me pay for any costumes in a remake of Persona 3. We were able to earn costumes in that game. Why would we pay for them now? I hope I can count on you guys to not let this slide under the radar if this game ends up becoming real. Also, if they don't make the secret boss fights doable for people that don't use the internet, I'll never forgive them. Anyways, that's it. Later, losers.
And I'm out. Later, losers.
I was like, damn.
And I came right back, yeah. Taking it the wrong way, but I say no, it ain't like that. I've been feeling off a little bit, disregard a little shit. It's a strange time, lapse or a lapse in time. I've been really good at passing mine, only feeling good for half the climb. I've been living looking back in time. I've been living in the past, that's got me sinking through the